Today in this video we will be talking about how SAP Central Finance and Asset Accounting can be used together. Of course, there are known factors which we will discuss now, but it is an interesting and important topic for the organizations who are trying to run the transformations. So first question is very simple. Can we replicate asset accounting document from source system to central finance? The answer is yes and no. So very interesting answer. So what does it mean? So when I say yes and when I say no, they have different meaning. So when I say no, it means asset accounting documents cannot be replicated as sub-ledger documents. So exactly like AP, AR and AP, your vendor documents and your customer documents, those are replicated simply, but in the same fashion, asset accounting documents are not replicated. Then what does yes means? Yes means for your financial reporting purposes, you will have all your asset accounting data, all your transactions posted for asset accounting in the form of general ledger. So you can report your P&L, you can report your balance sheet, but you cannot report your sub-ledger data from your central finance system. So it works like, if you post depreciation in the source system, it's a debit depreciation account, and it goes to credit accumulated depreciation. But the asset information is not coming here in CFIN. So you will have your P&L impact of total amount of depreciation coming as a total in from GL to GL transfer via document replication. So you will have your P&L information in terms of depreciation. You will have your balance sheet information in terms of your total value of assets, value of accumulated depreciation, but you will not have the asset detail level detail. So if you want to do your asset level reporting, you still have to continue using source systems. So that's why my answer is yes and no. How does the setup looks like? So I just explained. So you have your FIGL and your FI asset accounting in source systems. You replicate FI documents. So all those replication it coming to your general ledger, but there is no FIA component in your target system. The reason being, we know that there is a limitation that we cannot replicate asset accounting document as of now. At least till 1909 FPS2 we can't replicate. In future it might come in some time, but for now it's not. Then what if we plan to centralize the process? It is an interesting question for those organizations who are transforming, who are trying to make central finance or S4HANA system as system of records, where you are implementing central payment, central credit check, cross process controls. Then you are trying to make your central finance system as core system. Then how to do that? So if you plan to centralize it, it makes sense to bring your asset accounting processes in start itself to your S4HANA system. Classic asset accounting is obsolete, so you have to implement new asset accounting in S4HANA. And the benefits are, I'll not go all the lines, but in summary, the benefits are that with new asset accounting, you will get the new calculation logic, accelerated depreciation, and integration with your universal journal. And of course, you get the benefit of new user interface, and your processes are centralized. At the end, the important component here is that in your transformation journey, where you are planning to implement processes by processes in your central system, you implement asset accounting in one shot. So you don't need to wait for the product update of central finance and you restart replication. Rather, you use the value of investment you are done on S4HANA system. So that can be done, possible. And how the architecture view looks like is that you have your source system, you have your FIGL. Of course, that those GL documents are getting replicated from your source system to S4HANA system, but you switch off using asset accounting in your source system, and you use your asset accounting in your central system. However, it is not that simple, because you have your purchase orders, you have your purchase requisitions, you have your internal orders, you have your settlements, investment profiles, everything in source system. So of course those have to be changed. It involves some complication, but doable. How it looks like? So this is the detailed process view. So first thing, of course, you create your purchase order in source system, and you create your internal order, which you get replicated as a cost object as investment order. So source system internal order will be replicated as internal investment order, where you have your settlement rule, and then in the next step, and automatically after investment order is created with settlement rule, it behind the scene, it's a standard asset accounting process. It creates asset under construction. Then you create FICO documents as usual process. You purchase, it get posted to internal order. Of course, when on that internal order is mapped to investment order, the posting will come back to CFIN system, because FI documents are also coming. So your accounting documents are posted, and then finally when you run the settlement rule, and then your AUC is updated, and then your final asset is updated, and then at the last step you continue using those assets for depreciation, for other things. So in a way, you don't need to bring your own all purchase processes, all your purchase order, purchase requisition process, all your procurement processes, only because of asset accounting, that you have to change the process, because you have direct material purchases also in ECC. So you don't need to do that. You can bring simply with an easy view, you can bring your asset accounting area, your assets operations into central system. And that's how now, on after you see step number 9 on asset accounting, now you have your depreciation, all your asset reporting can run from central system. No pain of replication, no pain of money monitoring, managing, and you get a value of the new Fury apps, you get the value of the new asset accounting. So of course it involves some complexities, but it is doable and very interesting option. Does it have any implications? Yes, implications are positive and negative both. Positive is it simplifies your processes as well as managing tax reporting from central system only in harmonization with central payment. Recommended only when you do central payment. If you are centralizing your processes with central finance, do that. And of course, it impacts your process management. It brings a lot of change management in the organization, which you need to be a little bit, cautious if you are changing something in your running organization. From technical aspect, it is feasible and of course doable. That's all for today. So I think this is a 36th video. We talk about asset accounting and central finance. And we will talk more about several other topics which are coming in. So stay tuned and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for today.